On Friday, the 17th of April, a single product launch wiped hundreds of millions of Figma's market cap. Not a new iPhone, not a Microsoft acquisition, a text prompt. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, released a product called Claude Design, and within hours, Figma's stock had fallen 7%. Adobe dropped. Wix dropped, GoDaddy dropped. Multiple design companies got hit by a single announcement from a single AI lab on a single Friday afternoon. But here is what nobody is talking about. The design industry's panic is not the story. The story is what this means for you, the person running an e-commerce store who is still paying a freelancer $200 to build a product banner and waiting 3 days to get it back. Because if Claude can now take a text prompt and hand you a finished prototype, a pitch deck, a one-pager, a landing page, or a product mockup in minutes, then the bottleneck that has been slowing down your store, your ads, and your brand for years just disappeared. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what Claude Design does, why Figma investors are panicking, and most importantly, the 3 specific ways this tool changes the game for e-commerce entrepreneurs right now. Think about how long it takes right now to produce visual assets for your store. You need a new banner for a product launch. You brief a designer. They come back with 3 options in 2 days. You request changes. They revise. Another day, you pay, you move on. That is the cycle. And if you do not have a designer on retainer, you are on Canva at midnight, trying to make something that does not look like every other template on the internet. Here is what that cycle looks like with Claude Design. You type, build me a product launch banner for a wireless dog harness. Target customer is an Australian pet owner, age 30 to 45. The tone is modern, clean and trustworthy. Primary color is deep navy. Headline should focus on hands-free walking. Claude builds it. You look at it. You say make the headline bigger and move the product image to the right. Claude adjusts. Done. The whole exchange took 8 minutes. That is not a hypothetical. Datadog's product team used Claude Design and compressed what had been a week-long cycle of briefs, mockups, and review rounds into a single conversation. Brilliant, the education technology company, reported that their most complex pages took 20 or more prompts to build in competing tools, but only 2 prompts in Claude Design. So what does this unlock for an e-commerce entrepreneur specifically? Product page mockups. Before you brief a developer, you show them exactly what you want. No more lost in translation between your vision and what gets built. Add creative variations. You generate 5 directions in the time it used to take to produce 1. You test more. You learn faster. You scale winners without the creative bottleneck. Pitch decks for brand partnerships or supplier negotiations. You go from a rough outline to a polished deck in under an hour. Store redesign concepts. You can prototype a completely new homepage layout and gather feedback before a single line of code is written. And for the Google dropshipping operators in this audience specifically, your product feed titles, your ad copy, your landing page structure, all of these benefit from faster visual prototyping. The stores that iterate on their creative and their layout the fastest are the ones that find winning combinations first. Claude Design just made that iteration cycle dramatically shorter. Hey, if we haven't met before, I'm Toval's digital avatar. While he's in the trenches helping clients scale their stores and get more sales, I'm here making sure you never miss a beat on what's happening in AI and e-commerce. Toval personally reads every single comment, so make sure you comment below. Let me give you the plain language version, because most of the coverage this week has been written for tech journalists, not store owners. Claude Design launched on April 17th as a research preview from Anthropic Labs. It is powered by Claude Opus 4.7, Anthropic's most capable vision model, released the same day. It lives inside Claude.ai, available right now to Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise subscribers through a palette icon in the left-hand navigation. Critically, it has its own usage limits that sit alongside, not inside your existing Claude chat limits. You are not burning your chat quota to use it. Here is what it can actually do. You describe what you want in plain language. Claude builds a first version. From there, you refine it through conversation, inline comments, direct edits, or custom sliders adjustment controls that Claude generates specifically for your project. When you are done, you export as a PDF, a PowerPoint, a standalone HTML file, or you send it directly to Canva for collaborative editing. And if what you built needs to become real code, you hand it off to Claude Code with one instruction, and it builds the live version. But the part that most coverage completely missed is this. During onboarding, Claude reads your code base and your design files and builds a design system for your team. Every project after that, every banner, every landing page, every mockup automatically inherits your brand colors, your typography, your component style. You do not start from scratch every time. The brand is baked in from day one. Anthropic's Chief Product Officer, Mike Krieger, who co-founded Instagram, resigned from Figma's board on April 14th, 3 days before launch. That is not a coincidence. That is a signal, and the market read it correctly. But here is where I want to shift the conversation, because the real losers this week are not Figma shareholders. The real losers are the e-commerce entrepreneurs who do not yet realize what just became available to them. Let me show you exactly what I mean. But here is the part of this story that is being almost completely ignored, and it is the part that will matter most over the next 12 months. Claude Design is not a standalone product. It is the third leg of a strategy. Claude Code handles the technical build. Claude Cowork handles complex business tasks and automation. Claude Design handles the creative and visual layer. Together, they form a closed loop. You design something in Claude Design. You hand it to Claude Code to build it. You use Claude Cowork to manage the operational workflow around it. The entire cycle from idea to live product stays inside one ecosystem. Anthropic hit $30 billion in annualized revenue by early April. 8 of the Fortune 10 are customers. Claude's traffic has grown roughly 5 times in the past year. This is not a company adding features. This is a company systematically building the infrastructure that replaces entire categories of professional services. First developer tooling with Claude Code, now design with Claude Design. For you as an e-commerce entrepreneur, the implication is direct. The tools that used to require a team, a developer, a designer, and operations manager are collapsing into a single subscription. The businesses that learn to use this stack early are not just saving money on freelancers. They are moving faster than competitors who are still waiting for a designer to come back from lunch. The window on this is open right now. Claude Design is in research preview, which means the early users are learning how to prompt it, how to integrate it, and how to build their design systems inside it before the rest of the market catches up. That is the same window that existed with Google Shopping before it got crowded. The operators who found it early built real businesses. The operators who waited spent twice as much for the same results. So here is the bottom line on Claude Design. Figma's stock fell because the market understood something immediately. When anyone can describe what they need and receive a polished visual in minutes, the barrier to professional quality design just collapsed. For e-commerce entrepreneurs, that collapse is not a threat, it is an advantage. faster creative testing, faster store iterations, faster brand asset production, and a massive reduction in the time and money spent on freelancers, agencies, and back and forth revision cycles. Claude Design is live right now for Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise subscribers. Go to claude.ai. Look for the palette icon in the left-hand navigation and start building your design system today. The setup investment is small. The compounding advantage is significant. If you want me to do a full walkthrough of how to set up Claude Design specifically for an e-commerce store, the prompts, the design system setup, the exact workflow, comment design below, and I will prioritize that video next. Subscribe too, because this space is moving fast and I am not going to let you fall behind. Till next time, let AI do the heavy lifting while you do the living.